Hello and welcome to today's live stream. We'll wait for a few more seconds. I'm just checking that everything is working. And I can see that everything is working. So hello and welcome. Okay, I'm checking here. Okay, so hello and welcome. And today I have a spiritual topic, at least. I was waiting for inspiration and I was waiting for right spiritual topic to come to me to discuss with you. In just a second I'll put it a little different. Okay, so the topic we're talking about today is about karma, about spiritual paths, personal and spiritual paths of the humanity. And this topic arises to me in light of current events. You know, I'm originally from Ukraine, and of course I'm very sad and very focused from another hand on events that are happening right now in Ukraine about the war, and have a lot of conversations with people about this war in person and online. And when we touch some spiritual topics, it's very fast the question, why does God allows wars arises? And people are talking about this war, about Second World War, about the Holocaust, about other different wars and different events that happen between countries, between nations. And they are kind of not blaming God. Some of them are definitely blaming God. Some of them are telling there is no God, because if there were God, there were no such things as wars. And the third direction that I'm getting is that God is cruel and he's kind of responsible. He's creating those wars or events. So this took me to a topic about karma and about lots of interesting things we're going to talk about today a little bit, because it's really big topics that can be discussed for hours and hours. But let's start from why God allows wars, or why God creates wars. So God doesn't allow wars and he does not create any wars. Wars are creation of humanity. We people are the one who creates wars, who chooses to be aggressive, who chooses to kill, and who chooses to fight other nations. So this is very important to understand, that this is how the law of free will works. If we were all in God's consciousness, we were never doing wars, we were never doing lots of things we are choosing to do, but also we were not learning from those things, not evolving from those things, because you don't need to learn anything, you don't have where to evolve if you are already in God's consciousness. So this is part of being human and being incarnated on planet Earth, is to make those choices. And people choose to hate other people, to start wars, to occupy someone's lands, to kill other people because they are of some national origin, or they are citizens of some country, or because just who they are. Look at the anti-Semitic events that are happening, for example, in the streets of, I don't know, London. I saw recently a woman was beaten with a wooden stick in the middle of the street, and the man who was beating her was screaming, "I'm beating you because you're Jewish." So she's just a woman. She was going with her baby in the middle of the street, and this is what happened to her because someone was guided by hate. And this is on a personal level. Same happens on a country level. People are choosing their governments. Their politicians are making decisions to start war. But not only one specific politician, not only one president or prime minister or, I don't know, general is going to fight in the war. Yeah, I never saw like president of the country is going alone and all the people are like, oh my god, what he's doing, he's crazy, he's going to kill people. Army supports the government, and also in most of cases people of the country supports their government that decides to go to another country and to occupy this country and to start the invasion and to take lands. For example, now we're seeing the situation with Russia. Russia is a huge country. Definitely it's not that they cannot survive and cannot live and have nowhere to live if they do not occupy Ukraine. It's not a question that they will die or they will take this land with no choice. You know, animals are killing other animals because they need to feed. They need this in order to survive. Otherwise, if a lion will stop killing other animals, he will die because he will be starving. And this is the difference between people and the animals, because Russia has huge country, huge land, and everything they want, I don't know, rivers, seas, forests, whatever you can imagine they have in their country, but they decide to occupy the another country. So it's not God's decision, it's not something spiritual, it's something that people decided. So politicians decided, and first of all they are responsible. But as we spoke a minute before, they don't go alone, they go with army, and they go with people's support. If all the country, all the citizens are absolutely against something you're doing, especially to another country, probably you will have big problems to do it. And people are supporting by their votes, by their reactions, their thoughts, what they're saying, even with the flag they are putting on their avatar in Facebook or other social media. It's also a sign of support, and it also their involvement and their free will, their decision. And of course it has karmatic consequences. And it takes us to a bigger topic of karma, because wars is only one of many things that we are making decisions about. That's why I'm decision making and spiritual coach, because decision making process is also a very spiritual process, because it affects our life and helps our soul to choose what path we will go. So talking about karma, we have personal karma. Karma is not punishment or something negative. Karma is just a life path that has something to do with our previous incarnations and with our future incarnations and with our current incarnation. And we are influencing our current incarnation and our future incarnations by the decisions we are making in this incarnation. This incarnation is influenced by previous incarnations. We can heal the karma from previous incarnation, so we can live through this karma, and we can make things worse for our current and future incarnations also. Like, there are a lot of options, but karma is not something positive or negative. In general, thinking about things as positive and negative is a very black and white thinking, very binary thinking, and in most of cases it's not a right thing to do, and it doesn't allow us to see what is really happening, because we don't see all the colors in between when we see things in such a binary way of black and white. Okay, so we have a personal karma, and this is like the main thing we are dealing with in every moment of our life. We're making so many decisions every day, and we are saying so many things, and we're thinking so many things, and all this creates our karma, influences our personal karma. And also we have most of control of this karma, of course, because it's absolutely individual thing, and it's, let's say, the easiest part of the karma. We also have a family karma. Family karma, in lots of cases, sometimes it comes as support, sometimes in lots of cases it comes as an additional problem that we are facing, kind of problem. Yes, everything is as we call it, but special situations, special circumstances that this family has and other family doesn't. It can be also something that has with genes and health history of the family. It has a lot to do with relationship between people in a family. What kind of relationship they have? Are they close? Do people support each other? Do people love each other? Do they have close connections, or they just meet once in a year on some celebrations and they are just sitting and watching the watch when I can go, when I can leave? I really suffer during this event, as I don't remember who said it, but sometimes someone said it, sometimes friends is the way that universe apologizes for our families. Sometimes we really have very complicated relationships with our family, and of course it hurts to each and one of us who has this problem. Also there are even more stress and depressions that people are experiencing close to big holidays, for example Christmas, Rosh Hashanah, Passover, Easter, and other celebrations that they have in their family, in their culture, in their religion, because they will need to meet with family members. And for some people, for some families, it's the biggest happiness, and for other people it's very stressful. And this is part of family karma. We can live through family karma and we can heal the family karma. It doesn't mean that we will need to have a lot of relationships with all those family members that are problematic, but it means that we can forgive them, forgive ourselves, truly, true, real forgiveness, not forgiveness, I forgive you, let's put V and continue living, but really feel the forgiveness, feel the compassion, and build another way of relationship with future generation. Because we cannot influence our parents too much in most of cases, and our brothers and sisters and aunts and all this like family members that are our age and older, but definitely we can start a new culture and make a huge influence and a huge difference with new generation, with your kids. You can build something very different, or you can relive and recreate the same patterns, the same behaviors you saw in your family, in your childhood. You can do the same things your parents did and your grandparents did, or you can start something new, new traditions, new relationships, and build something new. You will heal your family karma for future generations. And it can be one of the reasons of your incarnation is to heal and influence the family karma. Then we have a national and country karma. When it comes even more complicated, before, as we told before, personal karma, we're responsible only for ourselves, our actions, our behaviors, and our thoughts. In the family karma, it comes a little more complicated because there are other people involved, and we need to work on ourselves, and also we need to do something with other people, and somehow to do something collaborative together that will influence other people's world, your family members. The third layer, let's say, of karma is national karma or country karma. It can be complicated because it's two things. It can be your race or your national ethnicity karma. Ethnical group have karma also. And also your country karma. This is like two bigger karmas. And the first thing we need to do is to work on that we do not hate people of any origin, of any ethnical group, any race, only because of the fact that they belong to some ethnical group or some race. So we need to learn to accept people as individuals and less as, oh, those are Jewish, oh, those are Ukrainians, oh, those are Spanish, or those are, I don't know, Italians or whatever. Yeah, we need to see the person and not the nation. It's sometimes very hard because we all have a lot of stereotypes, and sometimes our parents says, oh, all those Irish people are like this, oh, those Italians are like this, oh, those Jews are like this, and we somehow start to think it automatically, and of course we need to stop doing it, and to not to teach our children to see people as ethnical group netto. Of course we can tell something about cultures, that in these cultures they eat these dishes, in these cultures they behave like this, in these cultures they have such traditions, such holidays, but we never should teach our children to hate some ethnical groups. And of course, country level, it's when we vote, we think that it's just something, you know, we have a day off, you go to vote, and then you go to eat your dinner or ice cream or have fun, and you don't think that there is any responsibility on you, like you don't feel this responsibility. But actually, we do have a responsibility, because when we have this democracy, this right to choose, not all countries have it. It's not only like a gift, it's also responsibility. And when we have responsibility, when we have choices, we have something that has to do something with our karma again. So when we're choosing some party or some politician, we have also some level, of course not 100%, but some level of responsibility of what they will do, how it will harm other group of population, or maybe even other nations or other countries. For example, talking about the war now, people that voted for Russian government, so they have some level of karmatic responsibility also about what their government is doing, what their government is creating, and people that support this government and people that put all this Russian Federation flags on their Facebook or other accounts, they're showing the support, they're saying, I'm a part of it and I'm responsible for it too. Maybe they think that it's a good thing to do, probably they do, and they believe that they are responsible for this greatness or whatever, but it's still a responsibility. So when we choose something, when we influence other people in society, for example, someone wasn't hating some other nations and we explain them why they should, or someone was against war and some other people put pressure on those people who were against war, and now they are supporting war. All this has karmatic responsibility. It's a responsibility of the nation and of the country, what will happen to a country, how it will come back to this country. And it's a very painful topic because all countries don't like to recognize things they did in the past, and their national behaviors, it's hard to see as something negative. And that's why it's very complicated layer of karma, and it's really hard to explain in a short video, but we need to be aware that we have this karma, and also we have a planet karma. This is most inclusive of everything, because our personal karma, our family karma, our national and country karma, all this affects the planet karma. And we are all connected to the same planet, and in the end of the day, all your decisions are influencing some other people's life, and all decisions other people are making influences your life. For example, people made decisions, I don't know, somewhere in Russia, and we are also experiencing that something is changing in our life. People in Europe are experiencing something that is changing for them too, and they had personally they had nothing to do with decisions that people in other country made, but we are all connected. This is part of the planet karma. What can we do with the planet karma? Meditations, forgiveness, accepting others, respecting other people's cultures, ethnical groups, national nations, religions, faith systems, and of course taking care about nature, because planet Earth is a living planet, and when we harm the environment, we harm the planet, and we are living on this planet. Our children, grandchildren, and lots of generations of our family will live on this planet, even after we will end this incarnation. And maybe that things that we are doing today to the nature will affect your grandchildren in the future. So this is also an important part of our karma. And the key to all those things is awareness. If you're more aware of yourself, of your life, of your incarnation, you do less harm and you do more good to the planet. And I posted just a few days ago, I will show you just a second, it will take me a minute. I want just to finish my video with reading this. So on my Instagram, I published Crayon's quote that says, "There is only one reason for your existence on Earth, for the purpose of raising the vibration of the whole." And this is what I want to say, that if you are more aware, if you are more spiritual, you are raising the vibration of the whole, and you're influencing the planet Earth on all levels in a positive way. So this is pretty all I wanted to talk about today. Please let me know if more spiritual topics are interesting, and if you want me to talk about spiritual topics more on this channel. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.